Alright guys, I want to talk about something that Brandy was talking about. Now I love Brandy the creator, she's a trans creator, she's really good. Now I want to talk about like she said that she Candace Owens, like she stitched the Candace Owens video, in her video, and they were saying that in other countries around the world, US is helping them discover transgenderism and all that, right? I think that's a fair thing. I mean, I think, it's very important that we in Canada and the US are lucky because we have transgenderism be something that's allowed here, and LGBTQ and all that. And of course, there are people with different opinions, strong viewpoints that are negative and all that. But there are people that are allowed to be themselves, at least to some extent, a lot larger than everywhere else, right? So, and maybe not everywhere else, but that we are allowed to be who we want to be here, right? Whether it's race, religion, LGBTQ, transgender, whatever, right? Um, but I think, there are pressing issues that are besides that, but I think that's still a valid issue. Okay, so I think that is a valid issue. And I think, if the world sees transgenderism differently, it might be a good thing, right? I think it's a good thing, very good thing, right? Now, of course, she was saying in the video, homelessness, obviously those are very strong issues. Things that are happening around the world that are worse as well, like way worse with actual issues, those are important too, definitely, and they should both be tackled, right? Maybe spend more money on the things that nobody's spending money on, like the homelessness thing and everything, because I think homelessness is a big issue. We need to resolve it, and also spend money on the transgenderism around the world, because at the end of the day, some people are. I mean, part of the reason why homelessness and all that stuff exists in other parts of the world, maybe, is because transgenderism is something that people think isn't resolvable and isn't something being tackled, right? So, and I mean, the other thing too, maybe it has nothing to do with homelessness, but I think, at the end of the day, if you're transgender and you're in another country, it's hopeless, right? So to have that be something that people look at is important, right? So I think, at the end of the day, that is an important issue. And I think Brandy's transgender, so I would think she would think it's important too, right? But I mean, we all have our own opinions, and they're all valid, right? So Brandy believes that that's not an issue enough in other parts of the world. But I mean, like if Brandy's lucky because she lives her life very well, I'm sure, and she does very well. I'm not going to speak for her, right? But she does very well, I'm sure, and she's happy here in Canada, U.S. I'm not sure if she's in the U.S. or Canada, which is great. And treasures, whether it's Brandy or anybody else, they live in Canada, U.S., and they love it, right? Some parts are not as welcoming, but many parts are, right? But when you're a person that's dealing with that in other parts of the world where it's not accepted, it's more important. It is important to have someone look out for you in countries that it is more accepted, right? So I think they're all important issues. I think homelessness is definitely an issue that has to be tackled as well, very much so, because who wants to be homeless, right? But who wants to be trans in another country and not be even know what it is, or even say it because they feel they're not allowed to, right? Anyway, thank you. Bye now.